Are you here?
Turn that off. Okay, thank you. Hello, how are you? Hello?
Yes. Hi, Deborah.
Yes, this is Deborah.
Yes. How are you? This is Ella calling you for
Hi,
your calling you for your 7:30 appointment. How are you? How's everything going?
Going pretty good.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Great. So you mentioned that this is your first time receiving a reading.
Well, I'm a reader myself, but from someone who is reader and a medium.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. Cause well, that's good that you know the difference. Cause a lot of people don't know the difference between a psychic or a medium. A medium, as you know, is someone that just communicates with your spirit guides,
Okay.
and things of that nature. So that's good actually. So I have a couple, so we could get straight into the reading. I have a couple of things that they've been talking to me about.
Mhm.
Give me a second. And the first thing that's coming up is to not settle for less. You know how at times when people come into your life and they saying that you have this gut feeling like this person may not be the one for you, but you still stick on or you still carry on with the relationship. And then when times go by, you now notice that okay, well this perhaps may not be the one for me because he's not giving me what it is that I want or I desire. So what they're saying is listen, stop settling for less or don't settle for less. And always, hold on, give me a second. Always stick to that true, that gut feeling, that true spirit about different people that's coming into your life. They're saying you know who's for you and you know who's not for you. And those who are not for you, you should bless them on their way. Because I feel like there's a lot of people surrounding you only because they need something from you and not because not because they're very genuine. And at times you tend to pick that up, but you discard it because you're like, nah, this person wouldn't do that for me. Nah, this person wouldn't do that. But they're saying to stick to your true feelings and stick to that gut feelings when it comes to different people that you're meeting or have met in the past. Okay?
That's true. That's true. And I kind of feel the part that when you said about not you. I just recently, I had married someone 7 years ago, and I kind of knew they were a fluke. They were
Mm.
using me. They were from Africa,
Mm.
and they came here. They got what they needed. And
Mm.
all these promised, oh, I'm here to take care of you and your son, and they got what they needed. And
Mm.
they went on. I haven't heard from them. And
Mm.
I did something. I got so angry, so mad. I did something with some candles that I don't even know where it came from, just in order to do it. And I believe it took an effect on that person.
Mm. Mm. Well, if
So,
if you're dealing with the spirit realm, that's definitely gonna take an effect on anybody, especially if you did it correctly. But the reason why, for sure, the reason why that came through is because it's still affecting your spirit. It's still affecting you.
it bothers me how somebody can just walk away and you just, I've had, that's why I mentioned I'm about the money. Most women about their love life want money. I mean, don't men. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like men, but my thing is, I want money. Money, happiness, and, if that comes along, a man, that's fine if it does. And if it doesn't, it's fine with me too.
Correct. That's true, and that's why they're telling, and that's why the messages is coming through to say never to lessen yourself or to take less from anybody else, because if that's what you desire for yourself, why accept less for someone else that can't even give it to you?
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Exactly.
Yeah, and to the extent that you settle for less is to the extent that you will create unhappiness. And again, the first thing that came up was you know who is for you and you know who is, using you.
Mm-hmm.
So be mindful of that. Give me another second. They're saying you want to release him, you want to release this guy, and you want to bless him on his way, and he will receive his karma because he came to you and he acted like he loved you or whatnot, but he had his own agenda from the beginning, and the reason why he came into your life is that you can bless him and you can also learn something from him. So moving forward, this would never happen to you again because you already experienced it. You already see the snake in the grass. So if another man, try to come to you and try to use you in that sense, you will already catch it. And that's why they're saying, listen, you know who's for you and you know who's not for you. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. So that was a very actually good learning lesson actually. You also learned from this experience, although your divine appointment with this guy wasn't so divine. You learned a very valuable lesson as to giving to those that are not equally giving to yourself. So moving forward, you now know to the extent that you give to people should be to the extent that people give to you. And if it's not like I guess, an equal exchange, you should now go your separate way with any relationship, rather it's with friends, family, love life, anything, because you will now begin, they're showing me bars, and they say you will now begin to block your blessings from the universe if you're not basically experiencing balance or acting out with balance or creating balance or manifesting balance. Think about it like this, okay? You have 10 cookies in a cookie jar, right? And someone comes to you, you give them a cookie. Someone else comes to you, you give them 2 cookies. Another person comes to you, you're giving them 3 cookies, and then so on and so on. And then at the end of the day, you look in your cookie jar and you have nothing at all. At all. So this is what they are telling me. They're saying, listen, to the extent that you give to someone should be to the extent that people give to you. Now, I'm not saying, I don't believe that they're saying like if you give them money, they got to give you something, or if you give them this like right away. But the people that you give to should be the people that are also giving back to you in that way. It's not like tit for tat type of thing, but in general, the people that are loving you should the people that you love should be the people that are loving you, not the people that are using you. So you do have a lot of release to do in that way, and for forgiveness to do, because you're gonna hold on to that grudge, and that inner anger is what is going to be portrayed around you. You're going to create that reality outside of you, and you don't want to do that. You want blessings to come, so you have to forgive and you have to cleanse, and you have to, basically thank the universe for this valuable lesson.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
Do you have any questions?
Well, I mean, from what one of my things was in meeting with you was to, find out like if, do I need to, you think I need to take a spiritual bath? Because like I said, I'm about the money. I basically, really, to be honest with you, I'm now a person that stays to myself. I don't really, me and my son, I don't really deal with people, I even have people saying, don't you get tired of being in the house? So I'm basically a person now, I just want to be myself, and I'm when people do come now, I'm wondering, like, what are you coming for?
Right.
What is it that you want, so that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
So
right.
I'm about the money.
Right. And let me tell you one thing for sure. I tell people money is my religion. You know why? Because I am on a very spiritual path, and I have healed people from all over this planet. But without financial support or finances, how am I going to be able to do this? How am I going to be able to sustain my lifestyle if I don't have a currency or finances coming through? So I totally agree with you. Um, But what they're saying is, in terms of the spiritual bath that you're inquiring about, you would benefit from a clearing bath first, because I do see stagnation um, being concentrated within the small intestines or the reproductive system. Are you
That's true.
okay?
That is absolutely true. There is something. I mean, even though I'm not, yeah, there's something that is going on there. I don't know what it transpired from. I don't know if it's just with age or.
No, I'm picking up that is more so like a spiritual tiredness. You know, when you just tired of people and other people's energy, picking up on other energy or interacting with negative people, that's that's where it's coming up at, because for you, you're like a sponge and you pick up on things, and if you don't clear your soul from different people, then it gets stagnated. So moving forward, like I said to you before, whatever's inside of you gets radiated outside of you. So in order for you to receive abundance and prosperity and good people coming to you, you have to clear your soul from the past situations. So I would recommend a clearing bath. And then on top of that, a bath to open up the doors for the things that you want in life. Are you thinking about moving or buying property?
I would love to move, but I don't. I just can't. I mean, I would love to. I stay in a place where I get rental assistance, and you know,
Mm.
I would love to move. Yeah.
Give me a second, cause I do see I see a new place um for you, and it's more so like, hold on, I'm getting the echo feedback. Do you have
Oh,
me?
yeah, I'm a speaker.
Okay,
Is that better?
yes, that's better. Are you hearing me good?
Mhm.
Okay. Give me a second, please. Was your family religious?
Um, I guess I'm religious, but
Oh,
yeah, my mama's mother was. Um, yeah.
okay, all right, yeah. Well, because the place where I'm seeing is like church. You like you going to a church, and
Yeah, I go to church a lot.
yeah, you like you going to a church. Yeah, so I am seeing that, but I don't know, for some reason they're associating this church with you buying a new house. But they're telling me about you and your family, and they're saying, listen, she goes to church. One thing about your spirit guys, right now as we speak, they're telling me things that happened to you in the past, present, future. All they're trying to do is trying to familiarize me with you, trying to tell me who you are. So they're gonna say, listen, she go to church. Listen, this is what happened to her in the past. This is what's currently happening to her now. Tell her she needs to do this. So I am seeing this church that you're going to, which is good for you, because that's where you get a form of release. But I'm associating this church for some reason. The church, the house, this new place that you may live in may be close to a church or may look like a church. Like, it may be designed like, like a nice architect type of
Yeah,
place.
I know. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So that's
Mhm.
definitely something that's definitely coming up. And they're also speaking to me about patience for you, and they say, listen, things will happen for you when it's supposed to, and be patient, because you get headaches. Are you getting headaches? Or did
No, really. No, not really.
you,
No. I hope that's not getting ready to happen. No.
No, I'm not saying that
Mm-mm.
it is getting ready to happen, but they're showing me your head, and they're saying she's thinking a lot. Like, they're just holding on to your head, or your forehead actually, and they're saying that you're a person that is overly thinking, always thinking,
I do. I think a lot.
yeah, think. So that's why I'm like, well, do you get headaches? How much you think? I mean, and it's fine because thinking is a good thing, but it's one thing about there's a difference between thinking and a difference between anxiety and a difference between stressing. Okay.
I'm just, for me, I'm just not happy. You know, I'm just not. I feel that I have people have taken and I have given and haven't gotten. I haven't been given back.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, right. I'm here, like I mentioned, correct, like exactly what I said before, and that's true, and that's why your spirit guides is saying, moving forward, to the extent that you give to people should be to the extent that you get back, and it's not to say to be stingy with people or whatever, but you have to sort of like fill it out. Like, I'm not gonna constantly keep helping you out, and if I turn to you for some type of help or any type of assistance, you're not able to do so. Those are the type of people that you don't need in your corner. You need to be with you need to be with people perhaps that have a little bit more than you, or are just willing to do more than you will do for them, only because you know that at the end of the day you are very responsible and you will be there for someone. They can count on you, basically. What is your sign?
Gemini.
Oh, opposite Sagittarius. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. The communicators. And that's, yeah, the channelers. I always call Geminis the natural channelers because they're able to communicate between the spirit and the physical realm, and that's why you're ruled by the planet Mercury, planet of networking. Do you know your moon sign? Because they're saying, listen, she needs to pay attention to the moon sign.
No, I don't.
Mm. You perhaps in the near future you should try to look into what is your moon sign. Probably get a natal chart done. There's free ones out there, and they'll show you what is your moon sign. But when you come across that information, they're saying work on that aspect of who you are. So let me give you an example. If your moon is in, I guess, what can you say, Virgo or whatever, that will mean that your emotions, you're more emotional, or you like to give away, you like to dress nice, you like luxurious things, like that's the emotional you. And they're saying, listen, but that's only if your moon is in Virgo. I'm just giving you an example. But what they're saying, because they're saying, listen, she needs to look into where her moon sign is, and wherever her moon sign is, she needs to work on that aspect of herself. So what I'm saying is, if you're, like I said, if your moon is in Virgo, you'll be given a lot. You'll be, you like luxurious things. Anything, if you, whatever your moon is, you're more emotional. Your feelings are more in tune with that. So you wanna more so, I guess, have a balance between your actions and your feelings. And the moon, your moon sign will tell you how to behave. So if your moon is in Capricorn, you're more responsible, things of that nature. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I would really recommend that you look into um your moon sign. They're telling me about your childhood once more. How was your childhood?
It was bad.
Yeah, now we're speaking about emotions. You see how it jumped from your moon sign with your emotions and your feelings to now childhood. So now we still dealing with feelings, and we still dealing with emotions, and that's the reason why moving forward, like I said, you have to clear all of the past issues that you have so that you can attract the positive and the love that you want. So a clearing bath would be very, very good for you, as you was asking me about, what bath you should take. A clearing bath would definitely be compatible with you, only due to the different experiences, even from childhood, is what your spirit guides are telling me. Mhm.
Mhm. Can I ask a question?
Sure. Yes.
First of all, you have my spirit guys there. Recently, okay, well, a while back I had a dream about my mother, well, it's sort of like about my mother, but I dreamed that we were at, a, I dreamed that I was at the house, the landlord's house where I grew up at, and this couple walked in, and they were sharp as a tack, and there was a lot of commotion, like uproar going on, and I said to them, I said, my mother things are in this room. Is it okay if I get them? They're like, yeah, sure, you'll be able to get them. And then I just kept feeling something wasn't right, like there's something out there for me. So I did find, but unfortunately, my sister's very selfish. I had to include her.
Mhm.
Then, she had sold some property that supposedly my grandmother left her, but she left it to her for her to do right by the grandchildren and what have you. But long story short, here recently, about a week or so ago, my last aunt passed away. She was 100 years old, and we tried to get her to help us to bury her by just giving us some money, and she only gave $25, and she sold a property, one for $26,900, the other one for $26,000, and didn't get anybody any. But long story short, I thought it was very strange that I dreamed that I was in this house. It was funny in this house, but this house was under construction, and it was a two-story house, and it was near a graveyard. And this white man came walking up, and he had on a black suit, and my cousin, I call her Aola, appeared.
Mhm.
And somebody asked
from
me
the spirit realm, yeah.
what happened to her things.
Right. From the spirit.
Mhm. They go to things again. At first it was my mom, but now it's Aola things. And then that's where the white man came up, and I mentioned about my granddaddy, who I had never met before on my dad's side. And thank you. On my dad's side, and I just wanted to know was my ancestors trying to tell me something? I mean, or was I don't know where that came from.
No, they definitely was trying to tell you something. Remember, I just told you, you're the networker, you're the communicator, you're the Gemini. You're able to communicate between the spirit realm and the physical realm. So when you went into the spirit realm, your ancestors were trying to convey a message, but you have to know how to decipher it, and only you can decipher that, because they gave you that message. When you get yeah, so definitely that definitely was your ancestors telling you about the situation and how to go about it, and who not to trust and who to trust. You're gonna once you begin cleansing yourself and getting more in tune with your psyche, you're gonna begin seeing a lot of these dreams. And I would recommend that you keep a dream book so that you can go back as a reference, because you will begin seeing things that's going to happen in like the future, like 5 years from now. And not saying in general, but saying to yourself. Remember, beloved, you're a Gemini.
Yeah, and and I know that yeah, I know. I can probably sit here and tell you some things that that is happening. I've seen it come to pass.
Right.
So yeah, that that is so true.
Yeah.
What you're saying is true.
Yeah.
Even my son has a gift. And he always sees this. He always telling me that he sees this man dressed in white coming out of the cabinet. And at first I didn't. He's a Gemini as well. Wow, that's wow.
But your son is a Gemini, but is he a late Gemini?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow, yeah.
yeah, cause he feels more so like a water sign. He feels more so, um, like a Cancer for me.
What would be next going into after Gemini is what? Cancer?
Right. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's like in between. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. That's how he. That's how
Yeah.
they showing. That's what the energy that I'm picking up from your son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
How much is your Okay, what do you recommend for me for a fast? I don't have the money right away,
Mhm.
but I like to know so I can start gathering the money because this month I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to pay my rent.
Right.
So I just need to know.
Well,
Um,
the baths, the 3 day baths are I have different, categories of baths. Some people, take 3 day baths, some people take 6 day bath, some people take, 2 weeks bath. But the cheapest and the general bath is the 3 day one for $65, including the shipping fee. If you wanna go deeper and get a deeper cleanse, it's 120, including the shipping fee. So it all depends on my clients and the situation that they're going through. I always
let me
go ahead.
let me ask you this, and I don't mean to cut you off.
Mhm.
Okay, you're picking up. So
Mhm.
I'm asking you, because I can, even though I may not be able to get it right away,
Right.
I can at least save up for what I need to get. So what
Okay.
I'm
All right.
asking is,
Well, for
what?
you, I will recommend a 6 day bath. Only because there's things that is built up and stored inside of you from childhood. So I want you to
So
start.
is there such thing as a 7 day fast?
There is, I
Okay.
can prepare that for you as well.
Okay.
And that will be 130. There is a 7 day bath, but I always deal with equal numbers or even numbers. So
Okay. Well, hey, we'll keep it at the six. Let's
yeah,
go with. Okay. We'll go
right.
with what you the 6 days in. Okay.
Right. I would do 6 day because the number six deals with abundance. And the number six
Okay.
deal with prosperity. We're dealing with the sixth house of health. So I always, I keep it like that too. I deal with numerology, so I like the science behind that. But that would be best recommended for you. Mhm.
And how much is that?
And that would be 120,
Okay. So
including.
after we
Mhm.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying including the shipping fee as well.
Okay, so that includes the shipping fee.
Correct.
Okay. So after the clearing, um, you said a clearing and a. So after the clearing, what other baths that you recommend? And the only reason I'm asking is because I'm trying to get an idea because I may be able to. I'm trying to be able to like save where I can just. I don't know what you recommend. Get the baths all at one time and do them, one at a time. Of course, one at a time. The clearing first, and then once I do that, get the next bath and do that.
Mhm.
Or you recommend that I do one first and then come back and repurchase. You know.
Well,
Uh,
and that's good too. I recommend my clients to at least take a spiritual. Well, the ones that I prepare at least once a month, right? So I would, if I do a clearing bath for you, it will come in. It's 6 bottles. Three will be a clearing bath, and then the other three will be something else. Whatever your spirit guides tell me when I start preparing the baths. So the way I operate is once I start preparing these baths, that's how it flows. They'll tell me, listen, do the clearing bath. She's gonna also need this. She's gonna also need a open roll bath, and she's also gonna need a abundance bath, a love bath. So when I get into the process, I get the assistance from your spirit guides. But all in all, three baths will be a clearing bath. The other three is unknown right now.
okay. Okay. Because I'm just trying to figure out, like,
Right.
even after getting on the phone with you, like, why, like, I mean, right now I'm becoming like, um, emotional, whereas I wasn't. So I'm like, oh God, what is it going on? Just kind of like a little bit coming, a little bit emotional.
Well, it's okay. The emotional is good. Releasing is good. Crying is good. You perhaps going through a release. Your spirit guides is probably coming through and helping you now, or releasing you now from the pain and the feeling of being unworthy. This happens also. It's okay. That's okay. Let me tell you something, beloved. I have people come on the phone with me and they cry within 5 minutes of being on the phone with me. and
I'm doing good.
and that's okay too.
Okay.
That's okay too. It's all part of release.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's you said 120.
Correct.
120, and so I'll just hit you up
On
on
Facebook. Yeah. The same way you
Okay.
contacted me will be the same way you can contact me again. The same way you paid for this reading is the same way you purchased for baths. Just as simple.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
I really appreciate you too.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. I was okay. That's good. Wow. That is really, really good. Because I never met anybody. I hear people talk about spirit guides, and when I heard you on the thing say about mediumship, I'm like, oh God, if somebody from the other side is going to come through, oh goodness. Because I had somebody call themselves doing that, and I was like, nah, that don't seem right. But I like the way you do it. So thank you very much.
Oh, beloved, thank you as well. And I will also send you this recording as well for your reference.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Peace and love, beloved.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.